Welcome. This is Lloyd Lofton. Today we're going to look at a systematic approach to training. When you think about training, let's take a minute to look at what the actual sales process so that you can train your salespeople on the things you want them to do the most in the order you want them to do it. How long does the average sales call usually take? Somewhere around an hour, doesn't it? Now think about this. For your product, whatever the product is, about how long would it take you to actually tell a prospect the features of your product? Not everything about your product, but just the features of your product. Would it take 10 or 15 minutes? So that's actually about 10% of the sales time, isn't it? Most organizations spend 80% of a new salesperson's time training them on the product. In other words, they spend 80% of the time training them on 10% of the sale. Does that make sense? Let's look at what the product is. What is the product to the customer? Isn't it a solution? And what does a solution actually do? A solution solves a problem, right? So for your salespeople to know what problem your customer wants to solve, they have to learn how to ask questions. And in order to ask questions, what do they have to have? They have to have an appointment, right? And in order to get an appointment, they actually need a prospect. So when you think about training people in a systematic way, you want to train them on the things you want them to do the most in the order you want them to do it. That might be prospecting, the approach, why questions, defining the problem, coming up with a solution, and then the product becomes important. Today we've talked about a systematic approach to training.